So, guys, we are back again. It is Wednesday evening. We've got a lot of ground to cover. Martin is back. So, Martin, for those that don't really know who you are, maybe they're joining this for the first time. Can you tell us a little bit about Martin Nielsen, your background in AI, and then your background in business?
Yeah, Martin Nielsen, co-founder of MEGA, one of them. Now there's a lot. 45 years old, raised and born in the call center industry. Spent all my life starting picking up calls and doing calls, and then become a owner of Scandinavia's largest call center. Built at MEGA 2 years ago, and ready to conquer the collection industry on a global level.
Wicked, wicked. So, Martin, I think we should get right into it. A lot of customers that we are speaking to, prospects, let's say that we are speaking to, they're talking to us about failed AI projects. Now, for those that don't understand really what a failed AI project means, why are so many AI initiatives falling short of the expectation?
I think for most is a holy grail. Wow, there comes something new. We want to go full in. We can automate our life. We can remove these unnecessary time. We can be more sharper. We can go full in from the beginning. I think you can say it in few words. They think it's a quick fix and there's an easy way and it's a sprint, but in reality, it's a huge marathon. And I think that's the short answer on it.
I think you're right. And I think a lot of companies believe, I've heard this term being dubbed a lot, it's called AI plug and play magic. Does that
Yeah.
exist?
I think it exists in few tools maybe, but in general, nothing is that easy. If it was so easy, then I think everybody would have adopted it very fast. I don't think there is something called plug and play into something. There's a lot of processes that need to be in hand before you can even do it, and then there's a lot of emotional things in your team. And remember, AI is not clever than the things that you feed into it. So I don't think there's an easy plug and play fix in
I
anywhere.
think
I haven't seen it yet.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. And I think one question that I got last week was um, a lot of our competitors, not our competitors, let's say the DCAs, the debt collection agencies that we're working with, the utilities companies that we're working with, they're asking why are some of our competitors or the people in our marketplace, why are they rushing into AI without
Mm,
doing the groundwork?
mm. I think again there was actually a customer said to me the other day, it we could choose something sexy or something nerdy, and I think the sexiness has played a role to it, that young people are coming in with no real operational background, building some systems, but they haven't been living and understanding the environments or the type of solution that and problem that they actually try to solve. And I think there's a big mismatch. For something can look very nice in a demo, but it comes to real world reality life, it doesn't work, it failed through. And that I think is because the people who build it, they have no idea of the operation background on the assignment that they need to try to solve, and all the problems that comes with putting solutions out in the market.
And I think that's where a lot of companies they kind of they don't they underestimate the complexity behind it. So before you even able to get into an AI conversation, a conversation about using AI in your business, have you covered your compliance groundwork? Have you covered your legal groundwork? Do you know
Yeah.
if actually the leadership team is wanting to do this? Have they qualified this? Is this on their agenda? What type of AI initiatives are they using? Is it to optimize costs or is it to reduce costs? And a lot of that is not really written down. I don't think they have the game plan or the vision that they want to
No.
reach or the end goal
Yeah.
that they want to reach, and then kind of work backwards. So
Yeah.
I think the
I
biggest
actually I
question.
just want to break in there
Yeah.
because I think you said something really right there. There are two things you need to start doing. One is you need to have a policy, you need to have a plan, you need to have like if you, I said in a post a long time, if you haven't been sitting in your leader room now with your management, beginning to draw that plan, what is it you want to accomplish? When do you want? What is the game plan? Who's the small groups that going to investigate? Then you need to start there, and then you need to start. And you said it in the beginning. What data do you have of actually beginning that process?
Yeah.
Maybe start there and then move forward would be a good idea, instead of thinking that I will skip all those things. And this guy says this is an easy quick fix that don't exist.
Absolutely. And what does a company do if they don't have enough data? Let's just say their data is sitting in an Excel spreadsheet, or some of them still use paper processes. What do we do then?
Yeah. What would you recommend in a call center that people did with a bad call with a bad data environment? What would you do? I know what you would do, because you would know how to enrich data, to wash data, to have
Yeah.
a process. But I would say it in general, and that's really provoking. If you are a large company, enterprise, DCA, or whatever, and you don't have control over that data and your enrichment of it and your structure around it, you need to start. You're not ready for AI yet, so start there, please, with doing that. And if you don't do that, you are already like so behind already in so many processes. So you are not ready for AI adoption at all. That is like the factual of it. And I say it actually, some clients say, we don't have phone numbers. Okay, that was the minimum barrier. We could have a lot of other things you needed to have. And with no phone number makes it, of course, difficult. But that was the minimum. There was a lot of other things you probably would love to have of your data structure. So start there, please.
So
For sure.
how does an organization know that they are ready?
I think you need to figure out, when you analyze your production, where do you have the biggest gap? Where do you have your biggest pain? Like in our little space, in our world, the ID&V is a thing. It takes your agents 4.7 minutes to have a conversation. All right, there was a small bit here where we do an IDV process, the same thing, repeat. It needs to be robust. It takes away 20% of average handle time. That's a good way to start. That you start with a small thing, and you get that right, and you understand that problem, and your operation managers will understand it. Where is the biggest gap? For why we are behind, why we are not reaching our targets, etc. Try to analyze them, bring them in, and try to talk with your AI supplier on how to fix one little thing at a time that will have the biggest impact on your human, bumps on seat, their workday, for sure.
So you got a bunch of custom. Well, no, you got a bunch of other players that are actually delivering voice AI in in the space. They're making big claims, big fat claims, and the let's just say the excitement or the optimism behind wanting to do it can be very very high. But if
Yeah,
you, as an expert in this space with many years in the call center environment, how would you
yeah.
frame realistic expectations to that CEO that's listening? He's seen a bunch of customers that we've started working with, and he says, I want to do this. Let's see what Martin says about realistic expectations. What are they?
Yeah. I would say first of all, some of them are asking quite a lot. I'm behind 20% on my outbound calls. Could we get the agent tomorrow, and can we then fix that? And that would be a really bad solution. So I say please no, of course, to that. That would be a lack of knowledge of how to get going. So I would normally say to them, what would you do with your humans when you start them up at work? Do you just go in and set a human on the phone, and then they start, and you don't measure them in the beginning, and you give them more and more responsibility when you have measured, when you have trained them and fixed it? Isn't that
Hmm.
what you are doing with your humans? Isn't that what you would do with any new assignments or customer coming in? You would love to learn the processes and get one thing right at the time. So again, I think it comes down to don't think that it can go too fast. There is no that quick fix. It's not the solution for the problem you stand with today, but it will be a solution for the problems that you are going to have also in the future. So I think that I'm saying that it is the same expectation. Start low, fixing one thing at the guy. If you could gain 10% here, then we take it to the next step. And when we get, and sometimes, can you do it over a month? Yeah, maybe you can go from one block to the last one where you do full sales or collection cycles, but that's not realistic. So realistic, we take one step at a time. We reduce some heavy cost, and then we measure, and then we take the next step. And no businesses that we work with are the same, so they are not like a secret recipe. This is how it will be perfect. It's a step-by-step journey. We will get it perfect together with the client, but that's the recipe in my world.
And what do you feel about the concept of buy versus build? When a company says, you know what, Martin, I'm going to go do this myself. I've got a couple of hundred K cash in the bank, or a bigger business. I've got a couple of 100 million in the bank. I'm going to go build this. What are the
Yeah.
timelines that they're looking at if they went to build this themselves versus buy it from a Mega?
No, sometimes I say to them, just come in and meet my nerds. And I know that it sounds provoking, but come and meet my nerds. Like, you know our team. Like, they are special guys and girls, but You can also say they are very, very skilled. They come, Anders is from Carnegie Mellon University, like a doctor, professor from there. He
Yeah.
has ties to Carnegie Mellon. As I said to a dinner with one of our guys in Amsterdam to another customer that have built themselves internally, I said, but Anders and my team, they would not work for you. And it's not to be provoking because you are a collection agency, which is super duper duper. But these people, they are too nerdy. They will be the prime product. They don't want to be a sub product. So I think the power of talent that we can extract, you cannot extract that or extract into your own type of company. That's one thing. And the complexity and the speed of it is also something I would recommend all out there. If it's difficult task you want to replace or enhance, you need to use professional companies for it. You should not try to do it yourself. I think you can do smaller assignments and smaller things with AI, of course, but in our space, it's too complex to begin that journey yourself. You can come to a certain level, and then you cannot push it farther than that.
So how should companies go about their research? How should companies go about launching an AI project? So most of the ones that we're speaking to, they want optimized call center environments. They want a reduction in cost. They know that, just like you said, you can talk about the use case right now on saving a fraction of a minute. And when you compound that fraction of a minute times 100,000 calls, you now got millions and millions and millions of dollars in savings or pounds in savings. So again, the question is, what should companies be doing before they prepare an AI launch?
They should, for sure, again, find the biggest problem where there is the smallest bad side effect of it. Again, an ID&V, it cannot piss off a customer, an end customer or something. It's a small process, doesn't make any difference. So start in a place also where it don't hurt. Get your team with you. Imagine again that you just launched a full AI agent, collection agent that could do the full process, go to negotiation, dispute handling. Yeah, it is actually able for it to do it. But imagine all the colleagues sitting 200 people in your call center looking over and saying, wow, I'm being replaced right now. Oh, so that's one thing you can create. But if you now started fixing one little problem where it actually enhanced them, made them want to stay longer in your company because you remove 20% of really bad spending time for them, then you are, I said to one CEO the other day, you are irresponsible if you don't do that and start there and give your employees that benefit. What would you not do to make your employees succeed more in the job that you have given them? Start there, get the team to buy into your journey and start a small place and prepare yourself, as you said, with data. Make preparation with your compliance team, understand the regulations that you are going into, and so you are prepared for it in general, not only for voice technology. So there is some preparation, and then talk with expert and try to enter. Yeah, I would love you to enter with me, but try to enter with people who actually have a background in the operation that you are serving, so they understand the world that you are operating in. And it is complex. So that's some of the things I would prepare myself for before launching any product.
All right, and as we wrap this up, because we're doing quick, short snap fire today, if you could fix one thing in most of the AI projects you hear about, what would it be?
That's a hard one. If I could fix one thing, I will flip that around to you. What would be yours while I'm thinking? I think that's a perfect end on this episode. What would yours be?
All right, so this is what I'm going to do. Let's get very creative here. I'm going to leave it here and I will give my answer on the next episode at the beginning. And then we can leave the floor open to anybody in the comments who wants to say, how would you fix your AI projects if you were to do it right?
I think that's a good open question, and I think it's very, very relevant. I will come with my take on it also when I meet you next time. And then let's see some comments and bring that into the conversation. It was lovely to talk about it, my friend.
That's it, guys. We will see you on the next one.
We will see you.
So
Have a good one.